Previously on the Sailing Brothers.
I don't even know where it is.
Whiz. Wow, this is bad, isn't it?
Who was it that took our passports?
I don't know.
This week on the Sailing Brothers.
We're leaving Samoa, heading for Fiji tomorrow.
Can't be normal, that, can it?
That's diesel.
I think so.
Where's that come from?
I don't know.
Change of plan. We're going to Savu Savu. And that's the end of it.
What's going on tomorrow then, Ned?
We're leaving Suva. Heading for Fiji.
We're not leaving Suva.
Oh no. Samoa. We're leaving Samoa, heading for Fiji tomorrow. Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Weather looks good. We'll go through the charts and weather later.
Yeah. We got we've got a brewing problem though, which you've known about, but it's getting worse slightly. And that is this down here. We're going back into the engine bay, our favourite place. That there. And you would be saying, where's that oil coming from? It's coming from inside there. Where would the oil be in there? That's coming from our sail drive leg, our Sonic MK2. It's got a leaking oil seal on it, and it's still leaking.
Good morning all. So it is time, it's that time again. We're heading offshore into the Great Pacific Ocean for our next big passage of 630 miles all the way to Suva in Fiji. So we're currently in Apia in Samoa, beautiful island up here, and we're doing a passage to the southwest down here onto Viti Levu, islands Viti Levu, and all the way into here. This is Suva City. We've picked this place as our check-in destination. This is the rough route we're going to take. We're kind of going like this down and then curling around to get to Fiji. I'll explain to you now in a moment now why we're not going just a straight line to Fiji, why we're doing it in kind of a banana shape. But this is kind of the route we're going to be taking down. We have to be careful on this passage because there's lots of shallow water. The shallow water is the blue bits and the green bits. Lots of reef and hidden obstacles and all sorts of stuff, so we have to be very, very careful what we're doing. And then through here, this is another dodgy part, lots of reef and islands and low water, and then all the way over here to Suva. Let's go through the weather day by day. This will be the first 24 hours. There we are up here. We're going down to there. Quite light winds, then a bit of blue in there, a bit of southeasterly. Another 24 hours. It's quite southeasterly there, but still quite light, manageable. Friday starts to fill in a bit more then, southeasterlies. We'll be down by here, and as the days go on, the wind starts coming in a bit more from the south and starts strengthening. Now this is like 6 days in, and you can see what's happening there. Just click on that. It's 19 knots, 23 knots there, but gusts, you're talking up to 30 knots of gusts in there. So the reason why we're taking the route, if we go straight from up here straight down to Suva, when we get to about here we're going to be running into quite possibly strong winds, and we don't want them on the beam because it's going to be very uncomfortable and could be quite dangerous. So we're going to banana our way down like this, so then when we get down to this area, if there's strong winds, we'll be coming in directly to the west to our destination, and these strong winds will be more likely to be from behind, which is a lot safer. That's the plan, but we'll see how we get on the trip. by Apia, Suva. No.
Samoa!
Samoa. Hello, Suva!
Fiji! Our first task, unfortunately, is to motor all the way around the back of the island into the wind on the front. Still motoring. Check the engine temperature, everything's good, 68 degrees. Good temperatures really, but we can smell diesel leaking. There's diesel leaking somewhere because I can smell it. That's another problem for another day. Just eating some lunch now, but I thought I would record it because it's quite strange lunch. It is. God, that looks bloody awful. It is noodle. What did I have in here? Noodle,
Sweet corn.
cheese, and sweet corn. And what are you eating?
Scrambled egg, sweet corn, some bits of cheese and a bit of mayo.
We're still motoring. Oh God, we've been motoring all day, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're here at the moment. I'll show you the tag.
Just waiting.
We're here at the moment. We're nearly free of the island. We're just hoping there's going to be wind about here.
Turn the engine off.
Shall I test it?
Yeah.
13 knots we got. Very good on that.
Yeah, there's a bit of wind out there. Oh, he's already done it.
I done it.
He's already gone for it. Yeah, I think it's enough.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Get that drive leg out and
Yeah, do the drive.
have a look at these, see how much, have a look in the back one, see how much fuel's leaked.
That's diesel.
I think so.
Where's that come from?
I don't know.
Loads. Massive puddle.
Stinks. I don't know where it's come from. It's leaking from somewhere.
About 6.5 knots. Right.
One thing we haven't had on Checkers is dolphins and birds. I hope, you know, the brown buoys we had on Atlas and they kept on landing on our solar panels and invading our boats and all the time. I just hope they come back and they settle on the front of Checkers because I miss seeing the birds. The birds are part of the journey of sailing across the ocean, seeing the birds, and they disappear in the day and then they come back at night and sleep on your boat at night, and then they disappear again and they come back the next night. It's part of the journey. Hope they come back. Next day, day one or day two really, second day of travelling. Been pushed off course in the night a little bit. Supposed to maintain 220 going down because we're pushing more south than west at the moment, but we ended up going 250, so it's 30 degrees off course. So hopefully today we're going to get back on course. The wind has got a lot more south in it than we think, but we've had 15 to 6 knots overnight, but time a couple of hours last night to just calm right down to about 6-7 knots, and then it slowly picked up again. So we'll see what happens today. This is where we are, and we're in a deep south-southeast wind here at the moment, but by 10 o'clock it goes pretty much east, and then by 5 o'clock this afternoon it's a northeast. So I'm going to tell you a story about when we had the family boat Jaguar 25. And we went away for the weekend from Cardiff, and I don't know where our destination was. I think it was across the channel, only about 20 miles to Boatshed Harbour, wasn't it?
Yeah, Boatshed. So in Somerset.
In Somerset. And this was the days, this was like 20-25 years ago. This is the days when Boatshed didn't have a marina there. It just had a harbour wall, and the tide used to come in like 12 metres and then go out 12 metres.
Yeah.
So it was completely dry in marina. We went over there, and there was a massive squall, wasn't there?
Yeah, what I remembered it as being is we were all out in the channel sailing, and the wind died off to nothing, and we were all jumping overboard, and we were just drifting out in the channel. Mum, Dad, us 3 brothers, we were jumping into the sea. And I always remember it being 100 feet deep and thinking, wow, that's so deep. And the Bristol Channel is like a mud bath, it's just muddy water. Then we're swimming in there and having fun and everything, and then for what I remember after that, a huge storm came through. Like, I don't know whether it was predicted at the time, but it was so long ago when forecasts were rubbish.
Yeah, we were about 10 years old, so I'm saying 20 years ago, it must have been like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And a massive storm. We heard on somebody on the radio further up the coast is saying, I need help, I've got 20-foot waves breaking over my boat here. And then we just all panicked.
Yeah.
Didn't we? And Dad was like, oh, I don't know what to do. You know, just totally panicking. And then we ended up going into Boatshed Harbour.
Yeah.
And on this Jaguar 25, there was 3 of us, 3 children, and our mum and dad. We ended up going to Boatshed Harbour, and we stayed the night in the Boatshed Harbour. And the only choice we had, what was she? She was a fin keel.
Fin keel, yeah.
Fin keel. We stood up against the harbour wall in Boatshed, and we stayed there for a night, didn't we?
Yeah.
But you said
yeah, it was mud. We settled into the mud. If you look at Boatshed, it's all mud, the harbour full of mud, and we settled into the mud. And what we didn't realise is we settled on I think it was a Tesco shopping trolley. So the boat was just like peeled over like this, and we all slept on there. And you know, the terrible diesel leaked into that boat, and it's horrendously stunk of diesel. All 5 of us sleeping on an angle like that in Boatshed Harbour, tied up to the living wall there. Oh, it's bad, isn't it?
It gives me a tingly feeling because it's good memories, but
yeah.
It did absolutely stink of diesel. I don't know how we all slept in there, 25-foot boat, and then we come back the next day. We motored back the next day because there was no wind. I remember that. And by the time we get back, our mum's face was just absolutely hating it. She was feeling sick the entire time. She actually absolutely hated the experience. She's not the sailor. No. She doesn't really like boats. She gets sick
in a marina.
In a marina, yeah. But our dad loved it, and we loved it as well, didn't we?
Yeah, it's memories, isn't it?
It's memories, yeah.
Precious memories. About 7 o'clock in the evening. The wind has died off to pretty much 5 knots or less, as predicted. Yeah, we got the mainsail down because it was starting to bang, so we just pulled out the Genoa just to hold it in position rather than that banging around. It's going to be a pretty quiet night. It may even drop off to like 1 or 2 knots later on in the night, so probably get quite a bit of good quality sleep tonight off watch because it's really quiet. Tomorrow the wind's starting to fill in from about 9 o'clock slowly throughout the day, and then by the afternoon then we'll have good easterly or east-southeast trades coming in. So yeah, until then we can get plenty of rest, relax until that starts tomorrow, and then every day then it starts to build until Sunday, Monday and Tuesday when we got possibly strong winds coming in, but we should be at our destination by Sunday or Monday. See how we get on with it, eh? Yeah, take your time. Take our time. We've got to admit that we both don't really like spinnakers that much, do we? No. Why is this?
We just prefer to sail with normal sail because it's easier.
Yeah, they are a little fiddly, aren't they? What we'd like, maybe, is a screecher to go on the front, a furling, like a big Code Zero, but you call him a screecher on a cat. Comes out on a pole. That would be nice.
One of the hardest things about setting up a spinnaker is getting the lines right. I am just bringing in the Genoa, getting ready for the deployment of the spinnaker.
Put this up now and hopefully it's not tangled. Oh dear. You ready? Looking good.
To be honest, we made that look easy, but a lot of the cases it is not at all.
Well, that nearly went into disaster.
Yeah, that was okay. I know what I was doing. Did you record it?
No, I missed it. I should have held it in my hand, really.
It's fine.
No, I don't know. It's always a risk, isn't it, flying one of them?
Yeah, it is.
Grab it.
Yeah, baby! Got it! Perfect catch. We've had an absolutely awesome time with the spinnaker flying this afternoon. But the wind has just started to fill in now from the east, which means we have to get the spinnaker down because of the wind angle, and we just put up the full genoa and full mainsail again. So this now is the start of the east southeasterly trades coming in. It's only going to build from now until we get there.
We're in full research mode here. Just checking the weather, and there's going to be a lot of south in the wind on Sunday, which is not going to help us with the angle. We're going to still need to go 180 miles south, southwest.
Change of plan. We're going to Savu Savu. And that's the end of it.
You seem happier going there though. It's a more difficult route maybe, isn't it, to get there?
Yeah, it is. Looking at the weather and the charts and things, I think we just got heading 7-7, isn't it? So we got to change now. We got to turn to starboard 30, about 35 degrees.
Made all the changes. I think it was the right decision, but Adam will have to go through the weather and the charts in the morning.
Yeah. So this is where we are at now, and our destination is Savu Savu, which is by here. The reason why we changed our destination is because of this wind here. It's quite southeast and it's quite strong, and if we had continued to come down here, we'd be beating into it, and then we had to get through this area of reef in the dark. It would have been really dodgy with a lot of wind. So yeah, come down here and we're going straight for Savu Savu here. It's a better angle, so the wind will be a bit more from behind to get to here. So we were planning to come down here, down to about here, and then come across, but it meant going through all of this lot, dodging all these reefs, and I think we're going to originally come through here. But with the strong winds coming up from the southeast, coming through all these gaps here, it's going to be dark, I think, when we get through there, and it's going to be dangerous, and there's all sorts of reef and nasty things around there, and we'd be coming down and beating into that southeasterly. We'd be forward of the beam. So this is where we're at now. We've come down and we're just coming straight across to Savu Savu there, the top island. The tricky bit here, you have to go around the north part of this reef and then come down around this direction, down here around this part of the island, which with a deep south-southeast, it's going to be quite tight on the wind angle coming down here. If it's too tight, then we're going to have to come around back of this island, through these gaps. They're all channels, around the back of this island, through this channel, through there, and then we can make our way to Savu Savu, which is there. But we'll decide that en route. When we get to this area, it's going to be daylight, so we'll try and sail down here. If it's too much of an angle, we'll go around the back of the island and down here to our destination. We think this is a safer route for us to take, rather than trying to negotiate all the reef systems through here in strong winds.
Just dodging around the first bit of reef.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe and share, and really help you out. Thank you very much.
And a massive thank you to all our amazing supporters we get on Patreon, Ko-fi, YouTube. Thank you all so much.
See you in the next episode. where things get a bit more tense because we go through a lot of reefs and there's some good sailing. Bye everybody.
See ya.